and welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you. Today we happen to be at the lush Carnival Gardens in Naguru, and I'm so excited because I've been looking forward to meeting my guest today. Now, if you hear of Uncle Mo, in some parts of the world you think of a thoroughbred horse, like a racehorse. But here in Uganda, he's someone who is making us focus on many of the issues that are happening in our country, but in a really fun way. So I'd like to welcome Moses Chiboneka, who is actually, he's going to make fun of me for saying his name like that, who's actually Uncle Mo. Hello.
First of all, every time you say my name, I'm like, you make me feel like a product. Like,
Oh no!
I don't know.
How
Like
do you want me to say it?
Okay, no, it's Chiboneka, but when you say Chibon, yeah. Anyway,
Chiboneka.
I'm happy. I'm happy you brought up that horse. Every time I used to Google Uncle Mo and the horse shows up, I'm like, but I'm Uncle Mo, who is this guy? I am glad that now when I Google, at least, yeah, the horse comes up, but also me around the horse.
Yeah, there's,
Yeah,
right?
but I'm happy to meet Crystal.
Well, it's good to have you. Thank you for joining me.
Happy to be here.
Oh my gosh, you have just made life so much better for so many of us who are frustrated in this country. Let's just be honest.
I enjoy, you see, so when you think that so much bad is happening, it's a chance for us to laugh about our problems. There's a way it feels different.
Yeah.
I didn't even think we would be laughing about our problems. When I was starting this, I just wanted to really do commentary of life in Uganda.
Okay.
And it's, the audience decides what you're doing. So I enjoy to see that they say, yeah, this stuff is making us laugh, and it's uplifting.
Okay. Now, for those of you who are wondering, Uncle Mo has a YouTube channel and his content is hilarious, but I know that he's also a writer. So you were writing before you were doing this.
But before, where did you find my writing?
I tell you what, I've read many of your articles, and your style and your sense of humor carries across.
Because the reason why I started the videos, a friend told me, no one reads these things.
Really?
Yeah, okay, they said few people read. Few people want to read in Uganda.
Well,
yeah. So, and a friend of mine, we go to church together. She's called Diana Ringtho. She was like, when COVID hit, she was like, the things you used to write, the reviews of things happening, can you do them as video? I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to do them as video, but I have no one to shoot it.
So how long had you been thinking about that?
The first time I thought about doing the skits Uncle Mo does is like, I think 2011. No, 2011, 2012. I reached out. I remember I went to NTV. And I found a gentleman, Moses Serugo. I think he used to work there then.
Yes.
And I was like, I have a concept. I want to do it here. Just like how the Daily Show is structured. I wrote in my first script. I remember that time Uganda was planning to have cable cars. So my first script I remember, was about cable cars in Kampala. That was good.
What happened to those?
So I took it to him. He was like, this is nice. I'm going to push it for you. But before he could push it, he left NTV. So I gave up on it.
Yeah.
Now, so many years later, I remember Jon Stewart leaves the Daily Show and he makes a joke on Facebook. So, Jon Stewart has left. This might be your turn, like to be like you, man. You told me you're going to do this, but this is 6 years ago when Jon Stewart left. So I laughed. There's space at the top now. So 6 years later, COVID hits, and someone that has been was reading my reviews about concerts. He's like, I'll be happy to shoot them if you did them video.
Okay.
Just send me a script. I like that. If I like it, we're going to do it.
I love that your setting is like a garage, right? And it turns out that you actually are a power and auto mechanic, right?
Yes.
Engineer.
Yes. When people say, hey, we like your settings, it's like a garage. Just like it actually is. We are in
Like
a garage.
But please forgive us.
It's for days when there's no work. When there's no work, I have time to talk about a few things. But
So your background is actually engineering.
yes, engineering. I did
Okay.
engineering at Chambok, but I studied a number of things.
Okay.
I think I enjoy sucking up information. Actually, I did Bachelor of Science in Maths, Stat and Economics at Makerere. At the same time, I was doing engineering in Chambogo.
Okay.
One was because
Are you trying to make us look bad, the rest of us?
no.
Mere
One,
mortals?
I swear it was just because one was on government and I didn't want the course, but I wanted the living out allowance, so I kept going to
So
make
the
sure I keep
one
the
on
course
government
going.
was at Macquarie?
Yes,
Okay.
that was the BS science. So I get out. I was mostly into electronics. That's how I got into garage work. But now I got trained into more than just power and electronics work, to more mechanical work. And yeah, now I work with Nyange. You see it on my overcoat. Yes.
Okay. Okay, I still need to go back, but so you're like, okay, I have this government course. I want the goods that come with it, but I also want to do this
Yes.
on my own.
I wanted to be an engineer so bad.
Did you have like support for that?
My
It's like engineering. You said you wanted to be an engineer.
yes.
Like that was your dream?
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't even tell my dad that I was doing the other course until I was halfway. Then I told him, by the way, it's still going.
Okay.
He was like, oh, okay.
So you were paying for it?
It was free. It was government. The
Oh,
one,
okay. So
yes,
he was
it
paying for the one
for.
at
Yes,
Chambogo?
I made sure I don't mention the other one so that the one at
Ah,
Chambogo
you're a
can be
smart
paid
man.
for.
Okay, I was like, how did this work? Okay.
Yeah, so I remember it was tight doing exams. I would prefer sitting the exams at Chambogo and postpone the ones at Macquarie if they were clashing. I would
Okay.
postpone the other ones. Yes, yeah, but come on, I was still
So
telling
you
you.
graduated in both sides?
Yes,
Yes.
one of course like is a gentleman's degree, within the other one. Yeah, it's something I can show people that I studied.
Is it gentleman's degree?
So
What is-
I just walked through like, but anyway, I was telling you. So this lady tells me, Mo, if you can write me a script, I would be happy to shoot it.
Okay.
I remember the time it was there was the saga of August, Jada Pinkett and Will Smith.
And August Alsina.
Yes. So I wrote something about it. I sent it to her. She said, when can we shoot? I was like, thank God. I was like, this Sunday, can you come after church? I was like, yeah.
Okay.
She showed up at the garage. We were not supposed to shoot at the garage.
Okay, I was going to ask if that's what you had
No.
selected.
I went to a friend's work place, some friend of mine, very silly man called Joe's. So I come to Joe's workplace. I'm like, I like your office. I should shoot here. Because I like your desk, we can put lighting
So
here.
you're looking at all like a nice,
Oh,
organized
Ekaiza
corporate
is a
set.
Trevor, no one. I'm like, you're welcome, by the way. This, Wow. So, he was like dissing me. Just is like, end of shooting it garage now. I was like, wait. Yes.
There's a magic.
In that moment, we're like, but we can actually shoot at the garage. I was like, yeah.
Because that's completely unique. It's so different.
That guy saved my life. I now don't care about our costume because I have just one.
Man, lucky are those.
Everyone that has a set like this, I know one big problem is, what am I going to wear tomorrow? I don't have to care about what I'm going to wear. So she shot the first one, and I'm glad that I was still really not where I wanted this to be. Still, even
So
now.
was this like the first time you were kind of doing TV or just doing, on camera, or had you done that
No,
before?
I 2 years before that, I'd got into film.
Ah, okay.
Yes, I do film on the side. I had done a few shows on TV, Deception, right
So
now.
you're
Power
acting
Flex.
too.
Yes, I was acting. So
You're making it sound like that's in the past. It's not going to happen again.
it will, it's still around, because this is helping me be a better actor as well. So we shot the first one. What kept me going to write for the next and the other was because the person who was shooting the work kept telling me, I am enjoying shooting this. Of the things I'm doing, I was not even enjoying myself yet. But that kept me going so bad. Plus, of course, I had support from family. That we thought you should do this. We don't know why you're even late. Plus, of course, the people who are saying it doesn't work. My biggest support is people who say, I've tried it and it doesn't work. People don't like comedy in English. If there's anyone I'm writing and doing this for, it's those people.
Okay.
And not in a bad way, so that they know that actually if you just keep doing something, probably comes off.
It eventually works out.
Yeah.
But you're right. Yeah, there will always be the people like, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
And you have to stick with it.
And let me tell you, probably it wouldn't have worked. But me, they were telling me it won't work because of probably a mistake here. But me, I worried, okay, most of the mistakes, I'm like, yeah, I saw that video, but man, I had to put out a video. But I don't want to do that again. So if that's the reason that it won't work, then I have no problem. Because I am working to fix that.
Exactly. The next time I'll
Right.
do something different.
So it made it easy for me. Yeah, to keep going.
Okay. So I want to go back to school and where
Yes.
you grew up. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Chireka.
Chireka. Okay.
I grew up in Chireka. My parents, Mr. and Mrs. Seranga, gave birth to 6 of us in the space of 8 years. My father is a marksman.
Oh
you know?
my goodness, your mother.
Anyway.
Your poor mother.
So I grew up in Chireka. I'm the 5th born. Yes.
So you had a bit of time as the baby
Yeah.
before you had to.
Then the last born, that girl Sarah showed up and just flipped the script. But and from there I attended school. I went to Budo Junior School. From there I went to King's College, Budo. Yes. From there I went to Chambogo College. I also spent a year.
So King's College Budo was O and A level.
No. I did
Okay.
4 years in King's College, Budo. Then I went to Chambogo College. I had 1 year.
Okay.
I had 1 year Chambogo College, 1 year in Chitende. Then I went to Makere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why the move?
I was not comfortable after I left. I just kept not being comfortable after I left Budo. I don't know why.
Okay.
And I don't know why they even put it on camera. It's not very nice talking about coming from Budo in this country. It is not a nice thing. I don't know why you didn't prepare me.
Well-
I would have been like, can we not talk about schools?
I think it's because there's a way sometimes Budonians speak about their school, which makes other people uncomfortable.
It is not a good thing.
And especially because the ladies recently spoke up as well, and they're like, but when we were there, we were treated a certain way. But what do you have to say for yourself?
Oh.
How did you treat the young
But
women?
you see, there is no. It is very rare that. Okay, it was not right. It was not right. I don't want to say we had a responsibility. You know, there's some people who think it is not right to say we had a responsibility to take care of the ladies. Some people in sexist circles, they think, no, you guys are equal. Why do you think that you have a responsibility? We're not inferior. We're not saying that we're inferior, but we had a responsibility to treat the ladies better.
Yes. I think many people found the culture there because it's about the school culture
Yes.
that you find. And then what happens, especially when you're really young, those are the formative years as well. You either step up, speak up, or you just, go with the flow. So what we know now is how we can look back and say, okay, that wasn't right.
Yeah.
That wasn't right.
But am I allowed to slide in the fact that we were also abused by those girls? Just
Hey.
that we didn't. You see, that's the problem with gender-based violence. Some people cry more than others.
What happened to you?
All of us were being abused just because, guys were abused as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. In
but
what way?
not the same way they were abusing the girls. There was really a conflict between the sexes
Okay.
at Budo. I hope it's better now.
Okay. I'm interested to understand what you mean by that conflict. As in,
No, people just kept wanting to be. Okay, how can I say?
no, it's nice to hear the male perspective.
Yeah, but we were like we had some I think unhealthy competition. Yes, and it's just like how if someone can come and people react differently. If I throw something at you, you don't have the same energy as me. So at the end of the fight, people might start blaming you that had more energy.
Yeah.
But the truth is something boiled between the two of us then. But I think over time the administration kept getting ways to handle it. I remember there's a time they first called us out of class. They got a list. They're like, the following boys, please come to the administration block. I was like, okay. So we went to admin block. And we found that they had called girls and they given them roll call sheets, and they were supposed to put a tally. You just put a tally on a boy that has ever abused you.
Okay.
So they had done that. So guys who had the most tallies, they of course were told to go home. The next, I think were told to just bring their parents, but they will stay. Then others were told to just write on script on full caps.
Like apology
20,
letter?
yes. No, just write, I'll never abuse girls again. On one line, write it twice. I'll never abuse girls again. I'll never abuse girls again. I'll never abuse girls again. So yeah, I remember they did
Oh.
things to make sure that we started to treat ladies better.
Okay.
At least, yes.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. So when you look back, like what was your favorite time then? And what set you on this path now? Because you're a writer, you clearly, you're acting,
Yeah.
now you have your YouTube skits. When did it start?
To be honest with you, it might sound silly, and I've had people say, I started to sing at 3 years, and I'm like, gawe. But the truth is, and okay, it's bad to even say my mom is my witness, because of course she'll say, yeah, of course. But I started composing skits in nursery school. I remember this.
Are you serious?
Yes, because I remember a teacher had put something together. We were going to present for our. Never even talked about it because it sounds unreal. But I remember the teacher had put something together. Then I asked that we change it.
In nursery school?
Yes, I think I was like in top class, and asked that we change it. Then we went. Of course, we did so many things, but with the skit we did, we made changes to it, like 70% of the skit. Then when we were done, the teacher went and told my mom. The teacher gave me all the credit. Like, this was done by him.
Oh.
So my mom remembers this, and she like, but do you remember your teacher told me actually wrote something in nursery school? So there was that. Then of course when I went, even school, I used to compose plays.
Was this in Budo Junior?
Budo. Or across school, I remember writing plays. But after I went to university, I dropped the art. I thought it was not going to happen. I just started doing other things because it was something I was doing for fun. I didn't think, and actually the thing that drives me to do this harder and harder is to tell a certain Mo coming after me that not all of us are going to fly planes. Can't even have now. Who's going to be the passenger? So to know that it is possible for you to go arts and it works.
Yes.
The same way we work being engineers, we work being doctors. If you work at that the way you work at your arts.
And timing is everything. Timing is everything.
That too.
Okay.
But I didn't think I'll be doing it, to be honest with you. It was a casual conversation.
So imagine you were writing plays back then.
Yes.
Did you stage any of these plays at school?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So I'm guessing the people who knew you from back then are not surprised.
In my comments on the channel, they're like, I've been waiting for you to come back to this. The guys I went with to Budo, they kept saying, man, we were feeling bad that you are not among people doing this. And of course, for me, it was, okay, everyone is doing it. How can people remember mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, how can people remember? That was a big
Because there's
question
been
for
this surge of so many people.
me. Everyone is funny.
Everyone has a
Everyone has a
vlog.
podcast. Actually, I wanted to do a podcast first, and I was to do it with a couple of friends. Then it was COVID lockdown. People were not coming. Are you coming tomorrow? No. Maybe can we meet? And I was like, let me start something alone.
And do it yourself. Okay. So what about the writing? Aside from like the plays, when you started writing? I know you were writing for Scoop.
Yes. I stopped. I was doing that because I was reviewing majorly shows that were happening in Uganda. And when the shows stopped happening, or when fewer people started going to the shows, because I want what I used to enjoy them. I want you to go for the same show with me, and I write the show about the show, and you're like, I didn't even see it like this, So
Your writing is like you're the fly on the wall, kind of. At least that's what I was getting. I'm like, you're just like, watching everything, like,
Yeah, so I enjoyed it very much, but when few people were going to concerts, like because of the times, it stopped being a hit thing. I want to be around what's hitting, what people are talking about. It's a reason why my skits are around what is happening now. Yeah, so when that stopped, I pulled back on the writing because now I have to write for my skits.
Okay.
It is not very easy as well. I've put up 19 videos since I started, but I've written like 30 scripts.
When did you start?
I started July last year.
Okay.
Yes. But sometimes I can write something, then maybe something else happens immediately after I've written.
And you're like,
Now,
let me put this on the side.
then other times we shoot, the times when I thought, let us shoot. Because I think for your show, you might shoot a couple of episodes a week. Now for me, I would be like, let me shoot like 3 episodes a day so that I have stuff in my bank. Every time I would watch the episodes I shot after the first one, they all wouldn't make the cut. And I can't shoot them again. The time has passed. I'm tired. I would be tired. So the writing is now totally concentrated on writing for my show to see it develop for now.
Okay. Have you had some support? I mean, apart from, like you said, the people, the support, which is you're not going to be able to do this and it's going to fail.
Yeah.
That's a weird kind of support. I think that's motivation. But like you said, your family have been supportive.
Yes.
You had a friend who's like, let me shoot for you. But what
Yeah.
about other people who are doing comedy?